Well, hello. I am on Anima Nipissing Road in Temagami, and I'm heading to Anima Nipissing Lake. The last time I ventured down this road was May 24 long weekend, where I was surprised to find that the lake had not had the ice out yet, even though all the other surrounding lakes had. So I ended up having to go and stay at Finlayson Point and then do a trip to Iceland the next day, which was ironic. However, I'm pretty sure that the lake will not be frozen today. What I'm going to do is paddle down Anima Nip about 5 kilometers, and I've got about a 500-meter portage into a lake called Mannajigama. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but that's how it reads. There are 2 sites on Mannajigama, one big one and one small one, so hopefully one of the sites will be available. The plan is just to camp there for 2 nights and do some exploring, some fishing, some resting in my hammock. Nothing crazy like my last trip here 2 weeks ago. Hey, well, it's 5:53 on Friday, and I am at the dock here at Anima Nipissing Lake Access. I have unloaded the car, put the canoe in the water, packed the canoe, and I'm ready to take off. So I'm racing the sun again today, so I'm going to get going, and hopefully there's a nice site waiting for me somewhere. I am extremely happy to see this lake finally once again, with water as water and not as ice. There are a lot of cars in the parking lot here and tons of boats docked. So hopefully it's not too crazy busy, and there's a site open on Mannajigama when I get there. If not, then I'll have to do the portage back out into Anima Nip. So could be cutting it really close if I have to do that. But hopefully I'm early enough, and there's a nice site waiting for me. So I am off, and I'm excited to finally be on this lake. Well, it's a good thing I left work early and I have a little bit of extra time, because I've got quite the wind here. I mean, there's no whitecaps on the water, but it's definitely making it hard for me to paddle, and making me have to paddle very hard. So again, I'm glad I have that extra time. Well, I'm still paddling through Anima Nipissing. Maybe a kilometer, not even, away from the bay. There's like a bay that goes into Mannajigama, and it's about 1 or 2 kilometers through there. I'm not doing well with the time at all. I've been paddling for almost an hour now, and I should have been at the portage almost. As per my normal paddling time, I can usually paddle about 5 or 6 kilometers in an hour. But because the wind is so strong against me, I'm just kind of behind an island right now, so it's a little bit more tame, but just because the wind is so strong, pushing me the other direction, I'm just like losing time. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, maybe it should be about like 6:30, and then I look and I'm like, oh, it's 6:50. So it's just, the time is just getting eaten up. So I'm gonna have to boogie, and that's why I haven't been filming. There's nothing really to see here. There's a lot of cottages here. I've seen about 5 or 6 of them, but I haven't seen any people yet. Alright, well, it is 7:25, and I am just arriving at the portage from Anima Nipissing Lake into Mannajigama. I'm trying to say it over and over so I can get it right, but if this portage is difficult or uphill in any way or anything like that, I'm going to be in trouble, because I need to get through this portage really fast, because I am chasing daylight here. So I'm gonna go and get this done and wish me luck. I stupidly went into the portage with my tank top on, no water socks, no bug pants, no like pants down to my ankles, they're all rolled up, and no bug shirt. So, and it's like sunsetish time, so the bugs were having a feast on me. Thankfully I had the pack with me that had the bug shirt in it, so I actually didn't make it to the water. I walked for 10 minutes and I was close to the water. I know I'm close, but when I got to a spot where it looked like the trail was supposed to go forward, and according to the map it goes forward, but there were all kinds of trees on it, and then there was a trail going off to the left. Now I know there's an ATV road that crosses this portage, and I'm like, I don't know if that's it. But the ATV trail does not go to the water. So I said, you know what, I'm just gonna put the canoe down and I'm gonna go get my pack. That way they're both like at the other end, at least really close. And then I'll walk with my pack where I think I'm supposed to go. And hopefully I will get to the water. I think I'm really close anyways. So that's the plan. So I've got the pack. I followed the path that was not blocked, and voila, it led me to the water. Just have to go back and get the canoe, and there's like a really big log I have to go over, but other than that, not a problem. So I'm gonna run and get the canoe, and I have made it to Mannajigama Lake. I got the canoe. There was this big huge log to go over, and then I found another log that was blocking the side of it, so I moved that so I could go around it instead of over it, and that worked good. So I just got to paddle now about 1.5 kilometers or so, and get to one of the campsites. Hopefully one of them is open. Well, so far this looks like a really pretty lake. It's really pretty out here, and it's super calm. The lake is total mirror, and I'm trying to paddle fast to get to the campsite, but I'm like, just take 30 seconds and take a little video. The sun's already gone down, although it says it sets at 8:30, and it's like, I don't know, 8:15, so but I gotta keep going. Bye. I got to the campsite at 8:30, and yes, I'm still paddling. So I took a look at it. I'm like, oh, it's cute, right? I know there's a small one, I know there's a big one, but I don't know which is which. And I thought, well, the sun just went down technically at 8:30, so I probably have a half an hour of daylight-ish. You know, I can set up in the dark, it's not a big deal, but the other campsite is just like maybe a 0.5 kilometer over, and I could see it from where I was, so I thought, well, I'll go look at it. And I just took a quick peek, and I was like, well, it's just a big rock, and the fire pit's sitting there, and it's all out in the open, which is fine, but we're supposed to be getting thunder showers and rain and stuff tomorrow, and it's just up on a big high cliff, which I usually like, but you can't see the sun set. You probably can see the sun rise from there, but it's not very sheltered, like the campfire's not sheltered or anything, so if it does rain all day tomorrow, or there's thunder showers or whatever, I'm not really going to be sheltered there, and I don't know, everything is nice and small here on this campsite that I'm going back to. Like I can see the fire pit, the flat spot for the tent, there's lots of trees, there's a place to hang my hammock. So, snap decision, I said, I'm just going to go back to here. Well, there's the campsite, I believe. There's no sign out here, but there's a fire pit, and there's a lot of nice trees for my hammock, and gradual slope to the water so I can go swimming and stuff like that if I want, and get in and out of the boat easy. So this weekend is all about relaxing, and if everything's close and all in the same spot, then that's even better because it's less moving around for me. So I gotta get moving. Bye-bye. Alright, it's 9:30. It's dark already, as you can see, very dark. Got a little fire going, cleaned out the fire pit. The whole middle of the fire pit was all full of rocks. I have no idea why, but I cleaned it out a little bit and set up the rocks so I could put my grill on there. I have a steak for dinner and some asparagus, and I'm really hungry. It's 9:30. I'm almost to the point where I don't even want to eat. I'm just like, just go to bed, but I got a big steak I got to get rid of. So set up my tent. It's over there. Not sure if that works because I can't look at the camera and look and shine the light there. I just put my tent there. There is like a really nice flat spot over a ways away, but I kind of wanted everything close. So hopefully that spot is flat enough, and if it's not, I can always move my tent tomorrow. Managed to gather a little bit of wood while I was walking around. Filled up my, I also brought my Catadine gravity filter, so I filled that up and hung it to a tree. I put my rope up for my food bag. It's not really in the best spot, but for today it'll just have to do. And yeah, everything's done. The only thing I have to do still is make a privy. I don't know if there's a privy here or not. First of all, there's no campsite sign, so I'm not expecting to see a little privy sign either. There's a whole bunch of trails that go in the back, but so far I've come up with nothing. I don't know if I haven't gone back far enough or if there isn't one. So I'm just gonna have to make one for tonight, like for tomorrow morning, and then tomorrow I'll be able to see better when it's daylight out. So anyways, I'm gonna get my steak on and get this going. So I'll be back in a bit. Alright, my steak is on, and I just put the asparagus in the little pot. I'm actually going to use the frying pan for my eggs tomorrow morning. I didn't want to get burnt asparagus in the pot, so I just figured I'd use that one because it's just for boiling water. So, and I already seasoned the steak. The loons are just howling. Alright, my steak is done. It's cooked pretty nicely. It's just a little bit pink inside, and nice and fire crusted on the outside, and my asparagus are cooked perfectly. So I'm going to sit here and eat. I think it's about almost 10 o'clock, but oh well, the life of a camper. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but I'm sitting here eating my steak, which is delicious, by the way. And I keep seeing flashes of light, and I'm like, are you going crazy? What's going on? Well, I don't know if you can see that. Oh yeah, you can. That's the moon coming up over the trees. Isn't it amazing? It's so beautiful. I can't believe I can actually film it because most of the time I can't, but it looks so pretty. It's super bright. So I'm just sitting here waiting for it to pop up over the trees so I can have some moon shadows and some moonlight. I have a little friend here on the campsite with me. Got a little mousey here. I think it's a mouse. It looks like he's eating the dirt. Okay, little mousey, I'll leave you alone. Don't scare me in my tent tonight, okay? Thank you. Bye. I think it's a mouse. Maybe it's a vole. It's got really big ears. He's so cute. He could care less that I'm here filming him. He's just digging himself into the ground and eating dirt or mulch or bark or something. He's so cute. Okay, bye little guy. I'll leave you alone. Bye-bye. The moon is so pretty, and I keep taking pictures I'll put a couple here as like a little slideshow, because every time I try to take a video, this is all I get. But when I take a picture, it looks really nice. Oh, that's pretty cool, I guess. So I'm behind the clouds. It's starting to cloud up, and I don't know if I was supposed to put my tarp up. It's not supposed to rain until about 11 tomorrow. So I'm hoping I have enough time to put the tarp up. Wait till you see this. So I'm walking around in the back, and I'm like, all right, there's got to be a privy somewhere. So I'm like, all right, well, I'll just make one. So I'm looking for a piece of wood, like a log or something to use to sit on. And look at what I find out here. Look at this fancy, oh my gosh. There's a toilet seat and everything. That is just, wow. This is so nice. I'm just sitting here beside the fire, in my chair, watching the moon. I don't usually do this, like, well, when I'm tripping, like I just did a big trip, right? So when I'm tripping like that, I'm 9:30, 10 o'clock, 10:30 at the latest, I'm asleep. I don't stay up, but I didn't even have dinner until 10 o'clock tonight, so, and I don't have anywhere to go tomorrow. I'm just gonna chill out. I'm gonna maybe do some fishing when I get up. Take some sunrise pictures if there's a sunrise, and just kind of enjoy the weekend. Hi, I'm kind of crooked. I left my selfie stick out by the fire, and I went to the bathroom, and I'm already in my sleeping bag, and I did all the things, and I was like, no, I'm just gonna set it up somehow, and it's a little crooked. Oh well. It's really late. It's past 12:30. I think it's about 1:45, almost 1 o'clock in the morning. It's pretty late for me. I just enjoyed sitting by the campfire tonight. It was so nice to finally unwind because I was so stressed out trying to get here and then like get to the campsite before it got dark and get set up and have my dinner. And then the beautiful moon came out, and it just, the whole campsite is lit up. Like I barely even needed my headlamp, so that was amazing. Yeah, and I have a very interesting bathroom, so anyways, I'm gonna go to bed. I don't have much to say. It's not like I had some long day portaging or anything. I've only been here for a few hours, so good night. Good morning. It is 6:45 on Saturday, August 17th. You can still see the moon there from last night. It was so pretty. And the sun is up. I thought I would be able to see the sunrise from here, but I guess not, because there's sun across the lake from me. But I don't see it over here. Must be right in that corner somewhere. So part of the reason that I picked this site is because tomorrow and today, well, tomorrow it's been taken out of the forecast, but today is supposed to be thunder showers. And this setup right here is absolutely perfect for tarping. I brought my big tarp, my 10 by 13 AquaQuest Still Guide tarp, and I can do so much here. I'm not going to do that for a bit. It's not supposed to rain until late morning, so hopefully it doesn't rain at all, but first I'm going to make breakfast. I have a pretty simple breakfast this morning, but delicious. I brought 2 slices of Italiano bread. I buttered them in between so that I could save a step, because then I just put them down in the pan and fry them, and then just put a little butter in for the other side. But I wouldn't say it's cold out, but it's a little bit chilly, and they're kind of stuck together right now. Alright, my toast looks pretty good, so I'm going to take it out and make the eggs. My eggs are done, they look great, and I'm going to eat. Getting brighter and brighter out. Still haven't seen the sun, but I'm assuming it's in that corner right over there somewhere. And lots of fog on the lake. It's just super pretty out here. This breakfast is so good. What I do is I lift up the egg and I poke a hole in it with a knife, and then I spread the yolk all over the bread, and then I just fold it up into like a little sandwich and eat it like that. I could eat it with a fork and a knife too, but it's just easier to eat like this. So. Alright, well it is 7:45 and I am out in the canoe and I'm getting ready to do some fishing. I'm gonna catch a fish today, I can feel it. Well, I've been trolling for a while and that's not really doing anything. I haven't had any bites. I found this big cliff rock, so I'm gonna try beside there. I'm gonna use something different though. My friend Ken from work, he gave me a whole bunch of 3 different poppers. They go on the top of the water, I guess. And he's like, you'll catch a fish with one of these, guaranteed. So I've been using them since the last trip. I haven't had any luck with any of them, so I might just go back to my good old Meb spinner because I catch fish with that. I don't know why, but it works. Nobody seems to want my little wormy. I switched over to my Mep spinner and I instantly got a bite. I played with it for a bit and then I finally got it to kind of hook to my line. And just as I was getting it up to the boat, it spit the lure out and jumped off. It was a huge fish. It was at least, oh, I'd say 3 or 4 inches. I'm on the little waterway that goes into the 65-meter portage into Snare Creek. Just thought I'd check it out. It's very, very, very shallow. Maybe only a foot deep in some spots, like where I am right now. But I thought I would take a look and see if there was any wildlife or, I don't know, just some nice scenery, I guess. So it's about almost 10:30 on Saturday morning. I have been out here fishing since 7:45. I only got like almost 1 fish that was extremely small, and then I had like 1 other bite. So not doing so good with the fishing. It kind of sucks. Well, it's 11 o'clock and got the tarp up. The sun keeps poking out. It's getting warmer, which is nice, and the dark clouds went away, but it's still very hazy. And I'm not sure of the forecast. I did have a weak signal here last night, but I can't seem to get one today. So it's kind of tough to wrap a tarp around a tree and have it work exactly the way you want it. So I mean, if there's heavy rain, this is gonna not be the best setup, and I might have to change it because there'll be some pooling up there. But basically what I did was covered the fire pit so I can cook on there. I'm making pizza tonight if I don't catch a fish, haha. So I just moved the rocks over and dug out a spot here. It was more set over here yesterday, but the tarp wouldn't reach, so I just moved it over there. I've got the grill on it and everything, so that's all ready to go. I've got some logs here that I need to cut with the saw, so I've got that under here so I can process it if it's raining. If not, I can do it out. And then I hung the hammock up, and yeah, it's a little bit low, but my butt's not touching the ground, and I am completely covered by the tarp. So unless it rains like crazy, windy, raining sideways rain, I should be fine, but that's not really what's in the forecast, or wasn't in the forecast when I last checked. So yeah, I'm gonna make some hot chocolate and have some cookies for my morning snack, and then I'm gonna start gathering some wood just in case it does rain. I should get as much out of the forest as I can before it gets wet. I'm sitting here testing out my little shelter. I think it's pretty good. The spot where my chair is sitting is perfectly flat, so it's great for cooking as well. Just got my water boiling. It only takes like 2 minutes. This Mighty Mo jet boil stove, it's like so fast. I've got my hot chocolate in my cup all ready to go. Got my cookies out. I have to wait till the hot chocolate cools down enough though so I can dunk them, because that's the best way to do it. Well, the wind is picking up a little bit, and I think my hot chocolate is ready. I'm not good at drinking super hot stuff. Cookies and hot chocolate. It's a pretty good day. Looking forward to starting my book. I picked up The Cabin by Hap Wilson. I just finished River of Fire and it was so good. Someone said you have to read The Cabin, so I ordered it and I got it, so I'm super excited. Such a treat. So much sugar. I hate sawing wood. It's like so tiring. One down, 10 to go. Alright, well it's about 1:30 and I spent the last hour and a half or so just breaking down all this wood. I've got some little like bitty stuff here, starter stuff and stuff to keep things going, some sticks. It's a pretty big pile, and then a couple of pieces that I sawed. Over here I have some more sawed pieces and then a whole bunch of more sticks. So that should do me plenty for dinner and for tonight, and I should be able to actually leave quite a bit for someone else too. I don't use a lot of wood, so yeah, just sat here and did this underneath the shelter, but still no rain. The wind has come and gone a little bit here and there, and the clouds look ominous, but so far nothing has happened. I'm gonna have my lunch. I'm starving. Alright, well it's 1:30 and I'm hungry, so I'm gonna have some lunch. When I was in the States, I picked up this star-kissed tuna salad. I guess it's got like some celery and cucumbers and stuff mixed in it. I also have plain tuna. I was in St. Catharines last weekend visiting my mom, and we were driving by a metro, and I was like, oh my god, I have to stop. Because when I posted about getting the tuna in Michigan in March, I believe it was, a whole bunch of people said, yeah, you can get them in Canada, sometimes Metro has them. So I thought, I gotta go into Metro. So Metro has these, the clover leaf pieces. I did get one that has ginger and sesame seed or something, but I wasn't brave enough to try that. So this one's just plain tuna. And what I also brought, which is buried somewhere in my earth sack, is they're little containers of ranch dressing, and I thought that'd be perfect to mix with this. Now I don't feel like mixing, and that container of ranch is going to be probably twice as much as what I need for this. So I think I'm going to wait on that one, and I'm just going to have the tuna salad. So I have a wrap here, brought a bunch of wraps. I have a wrap, and I'm just going to put this on there, and it's pretty simple. I'm going to try this, see how it is. I like it better than the tuna with the dill. There's like little crunchy bits of stuff, but you can't really make out. Like, I love cucumber with my tuna. It's just kind of hard to bring it, you know. Oh, it's starting to rain, and I'm sitting here all nice and cozy in my hammock, reading my book. It's wonderful. It's 3:30 and I'm still in my hammock. I was laying here reading, and about a half an hour ago I started getting really cold, and I already had on my tank top and my long sleeve. So I put on my Patagonia, which is a pretty thick, warm, like I wear this a lot in the winter by itself. Well, I have like other layers on with it, but like I wear it as a top layer in the winter. So I got that on, and then I started getting really sleepy. So I decided to stop reading and take a nap. And then about 10 minutes later, I was like freezing again. So I'm wearing my tights now, my merino wool sleeping tights underneath my pants. Got my socks on, got my hiking boots on, Patagonia, long sleeve, and tank top. I'm finally warm. But I don't know what's going on. I don't know if I'm coming down with something or if the temperatures dropped that much. The wind has definitely picked up quite a bit. But otherwise, everything is pretty calm and cool out there. It's just, you know, dark. But it's not storming, it's not raining. And I don't know. So hopefully I'm not coming down with anything. Well, it's 6 o'clock and I am still cold. I'm still wearing my Patagonia jacket. I've still got my tights on under my pants. Walked around and did a few things, and then I went back to reading my book because it's so good. Sorry, the fire's like really hot, which is great. So anyways, I got a fire started. I'm gonna get dinner going. I am very hungry. And I didn't actually remove the tarp fully. It doesn't look like it's gonna rain anymore. And I'm really surprised that storm like totally bypassed me. But all I did was just untie the one corner. The rope is still actually on the tree. And all I have to do is just reattach that one corner. So I might take it down tonight, like after, you know, when I go to bed, so that I don't have to worry about doing it in the morning. And if it rains, then I can just easily put it back up. So, alright, so today for dinner I am having pizza. I'm so excited. Like a month ago I couldn't even eat any cheese or any dairy or anything. I was in a really bad colitis flare, and now everything is great and I can eat whatever, so it's really awesome. I obviously try not to overindulge, but it's been a while since I had cheese, so should be safe. So over here I have my toppings for the pizza. I have mushrooms, tomatoes, and artichoke hearts, and they're all dehydrated. So I just poured some water in there about maybe about 10 minutes ago, and they are on their way to rehydrating. I have some mozzarella cheese in here. I have pesto in here. These things always leak, even though they say they won't, they do. So I've got pesto in there. And then I have a pita. Oh yeah, and I made 3 pieces of bacon to crumble up on top. Yummy! Forgot about the bacon. Can't forget about the bacon. Pizza is on. I think I put a little too much oil in the pan, but a little too late for that. And looks like it's cooking nicely. I'm going to put the foil on top for a few minutes, and it shouldn't take very long. Alright, my beautiful pizza is ready, and it looks good. The bottom is nice and brown and crispy, and I'm gonna go eat. I'm so excited to eat this pizza. It's like got gooey cheese on it and everything. It's so beautiful. The bottom's all brown and crunchy. It's so good. Okay, I'm going to eat. Bye. That seriously might have been the best pizza I've ever had. Like, restaurant, bar, vacation, homemade, best. Like, it was so good. Made myself a cocktail tonight. And my drink is delicious, and apparently the bugs like it too. Well, it's 9 o'clock and it's just starting to get dark, which I hate. Yesterday at this time I had just gotten to the campsite like 15 minutes ago and I was setting everything up frantically. It's nice not to be in that position. Just laying in the hammock and just cleaned up a few things before it got dark, and I had to go get my headlamp. I was reading and I couldn't see the words anymore. Well, it's almost 10 o'clock and I'm going to head into the tent. Just have to put the fire out and go visit the privy, and then I'm going to jump in my sleeping bag. I was expecting a more evil creature. This is kind of pretty. Okay, Moth, you have to go. I have to go. Okay, bye-bye. Well, it is 10 o'clock on Saturday night. I think it's August 17th. And I'm in the tent. I'm all ready for bed. Had a great day today. Did quite a bit of fishing this morning. Did not catch anything. I didn't go back out tonight. I would have liked to, but the storm, like, there was a storm, looked like it was coming, and then it didn't come, and then I had all the stuff to pack up, and then those people came, and I don't know, I just thought, well, whatever, I'm gonna catch a fish, and then what, like, hey, I got a fish, and then I have to throw it back in the water, because I had already had dinner, and I don't know. I did leave my fishing rod out. I might cast a few in Anima Nipissing tomorrow. I'm going to get up tomorrow and pack up. I'm going to have breakfast. I have oatmeal tomorrow with freshly dehydrated peaches and strawberries that I just got from Niagara last weekend. I just dehydrated them last week with some oatmeal. And I'm just going to mix that up and pack up the tent and get on my way. Anima Nipissing has some pictographs, and I'm going to hike the Fire Tower Trail and check that out, and then make my way to the parking lot and head home. Anyways, I'm going to head to bed. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.